all eyes have obviously been on Saturday and you come back, but actually, in some respects, today's the day, isn't it? Today's the day. From midnight, the ban was finished, you've served your time, you can now resume your career, hopefully pick up where you left off. I mean, that must feel like an enormous weight lifted.
Yeah, I feel like a free man. I feel like a free man, but yeah, a massive weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And yeah, I just can't wait to get back enjoying and playing football again this Saturday. So it'll be good. It's a big day today, but I think even bigger day Saturday.
Has it overshadowed everything? When we were just talking off camera about your family, the little moments, I don't know, birthdays, Christmas just gone, holidays, is it always there?
Yeah, it's always going to be there. I think obviously the weekends are, like my whole family knows, they travel down to watch me play football, and missing that for 8 months is painful, and painful for me knowing I've kind of ruined their weekend kind of thing. But yeah, I just can't wait to hopefully repay them on the next games and pick up where I left off and get the goals back under my belt and give them something to be smiling and happy about.
Yeah, I mean, I heard you talk in a few other interviews about the emotions attached with this. So, I mean, rightly or wrongly, has guilt been one of them? You know, when you're watching your teammates go out there without you, you're just talking about your family there?
Yeah, to a certain extent, but I feel like things happen in life. You take on the chin and you move forward with it. And I feel like, yes, I should have been playing for helping the team perform well, but there's obviously good players in the team, and they also have a role to do and step in when needed. But yeah, obviously it's kind of like, I do feel kind of bad, but it is what it is. I can't dwell on it too much, otherwise I can't change it. So what's done is done, and yeah, like I said, with my family, it's kind of ruined their weekends, but hopefully I can put on a show.
So is it almost like the whole thing's been paused and now you press play again?
Yeah, pretty much. I feel like we lost connection. we lost connection, the Wi-Fi went, but now we're back and we're fully loaded.
When you look forward to Saturday, I was just thinking that in terms of the little things of match day and being a footballer, what have you missed most? I don't know, little bits like the guy in the tannoy reading your name, sitting on the coach, pulling your socks on in the changing room. What little bits have you really missed?
I think just little bits like walking into the stadium before the game, just bantering with everyone. Even the warm-up, the biggest thing in football I hate is warm-ups. But I feel like I've missed that and I can't wait to do that. Obviously, I know you have to do it, but yeah. But yeah, little things like that, little silly things. And I think the first moment, walking out the tunnel, just before the game, everyone's screaming and the whistle goes to kick off. I think that's when the excitement will be there.
Have you visualised that again and again?
I've visualised a lot. There's a lot of visualising, I can't wait.
And I see from the Panenka you took in the behind closed doors game the other day, you've not lost any of your composure.
No, I don't think I would lose that no matter what situation. It's still there, it's just in my blood, and that's something I like to express.
What Ivan Toney are we going to see? Is it unrealistic to expect? Look, I was sort of thinking as I was preparing for this, I was at your last game at Liverpool when you were superb. Can we possibly see that Ivan Toney straight away, or will it take time?
I believe, yeah, it'll be straight away. I'd like to think it is straight away because I feel like I've been training well. I've been playing well in the behind closed doors games, and I don't see why I can't pick up where I left off. And I mean, I've got nothing to prove to nobody, but to myself, I just want to be starting sharp, starting right, and be scoring goals again sooner rather than later.
So how long did it take for you to start thinking, okay, you know, almost getting over the initial shock, if that's the right word, and think, right, the ban's there, how do I turn this adversity into something, you know, use the negative, if you like?
I think it was just when I was working hard away from the pitch. Yeah, it was kind of like the feel sorry for your moment for so long, but then after that you snap out of it and think, right, I can either go this way or I can go this way. And I hope to think I've chose the right way. I'm working hard and working towards getting back on the pitch, and I feel like when I was back training with the team, that was a moment where I picked up and started going to the right direction.
So if people don't know, the first 4 months, no football contact, no training at all. I mean, it sounds almost obvious. I know that I say it, but was that the hardest part?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, not being away from the ground, not being able to even see the players, it was painful, and you kind of lost in your own world, thinking like, well, what am I going to train? How am I going to do certain things and things like that? But a good job, I had good people around me on helping me get places where I can train and do certain exercises and things like this. And when I got back to football, it was perfect. It was great. Everyone around the club was happy to see me. I was happy to be back, and all the staff took care of me, and it was all good.
So who are the good people who got you through it?
Literally everybody. Obviously, all the fans played their part. All the messages, from the gaffer down to everybody. The chefs. They was happy to see me around. Also, I give them a bit of grief on their food, but obviously it's a bit...
Not the best?
Nah, it is good, but I just like to banter with them. But yeah, no, everybody played their part. Everybody just asking me how I am and these kind of things. And yeah, obviously it means the world to see that people actually cared on the whole situation, and it was great to feel kind of loved at that kind of moment. But yeah, I think everyone played a part, and that shows how Brentford are as a club.
I mean, I wouldn't want to claim to know Thomas Frank too well, but obviously see him in quite a lot of interview situations. I mean, he seems like a wonderful man manager, and if you're going to have a situation like you've had, the sort of manager you would want to help you through. Has he been a big support?
Yeah, massive. I mean, he's very understanding, and he's not just a manager, he's also your friend. Like, we talk all the time, we always text, and even little things, like what films to watch and these kind of things. So yeah, he's a genuinely nice person, and a good manager to be playing under.
And given all that support you've had from everyone all around the clubs, you mentioned, fans, chef, Thomas Frank. Look, I'm just going to ask this in quite a direct way. Does that mean that maybe one day there'll be a right time to move on from Brentford, but this January is not that right time?
Well, I don't know. You can never predict when's the right time to move elsewhere, but I mean, it's obvious that I'd like to play for a top club. Everybody wants to play for the top clubs, fighting for titles and these kind of things. So whether it's this January, the right time was to be, a club was to come in and pay the right money, who knows? But my main focus is doing what I do on the pitch and let the background work take care of itself. I
mean, I have to say, I have listened to you speak in another interview quite recently where, I mean, to make no bones about it, you are a very, very ambitious footballer. You were talking about wanting to be England's number 9, and you said it in a really respectful way to Harry Kane. You know how good he is, but that is like the benchmark you set for yourself.
Of course, to be the best, you have to play with the best and then compete against the best. We all know Harry Kane is one of the best strikers in the world, and he's been doing it for some years now. So if I want to be the England's number 1, then I have to compete against him. And I mean, he's not a bad striker to be taking tips off and be training with. So yeah, I just got to keep scoring goals, keep playing well, and who knows what can happen. And if I just fall short of that, then hopefully I'll become the second best in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it all sounds daft to say, but are you anywhere in your mind that you're thinking this could still be a decent season? There's time, score goals, keep Brentford up. There's Euros coming up in the summer. So with all this ban, either side of it, you have a 20-goal season and hopefully a season now that ends well as well.
Yeah, I mean, I have a target on how many goals I want to get, and if I hit that or get close to that, then I feel like it's still a good season for myself. And like you said, the main focus is keep Brentford up, which I'm sure we'll have no troubles in doing because we have more than enough in the squad to do that. And everybody doesn't. We are kind of in a relegation battle, but everybody knows we're capable of getting back to where we should be, which is climbing the table and up in the top half. But yeah, we just got to focus on what we can do, not focus too much on what if we got relegated, what if we go that. Like, the more you think of negative things, the more it's likely to happen. So we're still positive thinking around the ground. Everyone's still in happy moods. If anyone's in the mood, then I'll get them out of it sharp.
Something I really should have asked before now, because within all this, the ban, you've sort of